Okay, am I missing something here? I recently got an alert in my newsfeed that the elusive artist Banksy had posted a new work on his Instagram. And by the way, for those of you who don't know who Banksy is, he is now a world famous street artist whose work has sold into the millions. In fact, one of his most famous stunts was when one of his pieces sold at Sotheby's for over $1 million. And just as the gavel was going down, the painting simultaneously self-destructed. Banksy had posted on his Instagram how he had put a shredder into the painting in case it ever sold at auction so that it would self-destruct when it sold at auction. And indeed, the gavel went down and the painting self-destructed at the same time. How did he do that? Later on in this video, I am going to show you his new piece of artwork, and I'll also show you the piece of artwork created by this other artist. But first, let's talk a little bit more about who Banksy is. Banksy emerged from the vibrant underground scene of Bristol, England in the 1990s. His satirical street art combined dark humor with a distinctive stenciling technique. Imagine graffiti with a twist of wit and social commentary. Banksy's works began popping up on walls, bridges, and public spaces, leaving viewers both puzzled and intrigued. Banksy says art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. But here's a twist. Banksy is a pseudonym. His real name and identity remain shrouded in secrecy. Why? Well, graffiti is illegal, and anonymity provides the freedom to express without fear of repercussions. Some say Banksy is like a cross between Jimmy Nail and Mike Skinner of the streets. Others claim they're a musical genius. Others claim he's a musical genius inspired by 3D, a graffiti artist and founding member of Massive Attack. From the gritty streets of London to the walls of abandoned buildings, Banksy's art challenges norms, questions authority, and sparks conversations. So anyway, back to this newest piece by Banksy, which features a real living tree that has no foliage on it, and behind it, he has painted some drippy green paint. So when I saw this come across my feed, I innocently enough went to take a look at his Instagram feed and took a peek at the artwork. And as I often do out of curiosity, I wanted to see what people were saying about it, how they were interpreting this piece. And I always get such interesting tidbits of information when I read comments, and this is no different. In fact, I did not expect to find what I found in the comments this time, and it implies that Banksy may have stolen this, or at the very least failed to mention where he got this idea. That is the implication in these comments, which is all the more interesting because a few years back, the famous clothing retailer Guess apparently put some Banksy images, or at least Banksy-inspired images, on their clothing line, which was selling like hotcakes. I mean, I would have bought that. I love Banksy stuff. And so Banksy put another post on his Instagram saying that he did not agree to that. And let's read what his response was. So here he put something up on his Instagram saying, "Attention all shoplifters, please go to Guess on Regent Street. They've helped themselves to my artwork without asking, how can it be wrong for you to do the same to their clothes?" So he was saying, go steal Guess's clothes because they've stolen my work, which makes this all the more interesting. This comment in his latest artwork implies that Banksy stole the idea from another, definitely lesser known artist. I assume lesser known artist because this other Instagram account has maybe 7,000 followers. So let's go take a look. Let's go see what we think. So now, has Banksy done the equivalent to another artist? I followed the trail I found in the comments on his new work to this account that claimed to have created the original version of this work. Take a look. What do you think? Has Banksy just followed the advice of famous artist Degas, who once was quoted as saying that good artists borrow, great artists steal? Has Banksy stolen, just like he accused Guess of stealing from him In fact, he incited guests, customers to go steal from guests because why not? Isn't that fair? Because guests stole from him. But Banksy, have you stolen from this lesser known artist? I didn't see any credit. Maybe I missed it. I looked through Banksy's post. He doesn't say anything about if he got the idea from this other account. So is he a hypocrite? And I mean, as far as I can tell, he's not given credit to the original idea to this newest work. So weigh in, leave comments below, share your opinion. What do you think? Is Banksy a hypocrite? Has he stolen from a lesser known artist to create this new work? I'm very interested to know what you guys think. Comment below. All right, I just want to do a little postscript here because I was thinking about not putting this video up. I don't want my channel to be about throwing someone under the bus. I'm definitely not trying to do that. I really like Banksy's work. I like a lot of the messages that he has, like his whole series of doing things in Ukraine, putting art in Ukraine. You can definitely go check out his Instagram, and he's done some really neat videos and some photographs of some of the work that he's done in war-torn Ukraine. And I certainly support that message and a lot of the message, including the message behind this piece of artwork featuring the tree. It's all about protecting our planet, and how sad is it that some parts of our planet are dying and we're not doing a very good job of protecting our planet all the time. And so I love those messages, and I love Banksy. And I'm not saying he's like this big monster. I'm not saying that. And I don't know all the information about this. I don't know the background of this. Maybe it's just a total fluke that his painting looks very much like this other artist. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I would love to hear from the artist that did the original piece. I'm going to invite that artist to come and talk in the comments about more about the background of his piece and what he was thinking. And if he has heard anything from Banksy, I'd love to hear from that artist as well. And I doubt Banksy is going to comment on this video. And if he does, he might be a little mad at me, but I'd love to clear up the situation. I'm not trying to throw anyone around under the bus, and Banksy is still awesome in my eyes, always will be, love his work. But I was thinking about not putting this up, and then I went to my husband. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm not going to put that video up. I think it's a really interesting video, and it's a different spin on what we know, and I'm not trying to spin anything anyway. I was just excited to find this little factoid in the comments, and no other news outlet was talking about it. So I thought it was an interesting story to share. And I do believe in the truth. So I am looking to settle the score here. What really is going on? So I do hope that at least this other artist will come and share his thoughts or her thoughts. I'm not sure if it's a male or female, but I hope they'll come and weigh in. Of course, I'd love to hear from Banksy, but that's a long shot. I don't expect that, but I would like to get to the bottom of what's going on with this whole situation. And my husband was like, you know, remember if you do put this video up, you are supporting a small artist who is not being seen. They are, this artist has 7,000 followers. Banksy sells work in the millions of dollars. So it's a little bit different situation. So I do support small artists. And whenever I paint a painting that looks like someone else's work, and I do that, but you know what I do first? I go ask for permission. And then you know what I do next? I talk about that artist in the video or whatever public format I'm sharing that painting. I always share, this is inspired by Dean Krauser. I did a whole series of butterflies and flowers because I wanted to learn how Dean Krauser, he's a really good butterfly and flower artist. He's on Etsy. And so I asked him permission to do that. I asked him permission if I could paint his images or similar style. I didn't paint his exact images. I used my reference photos, but I asked permission. And in almost every video, if you watch my last few videos, I give full credit to whoever I get my ideas from, because I'm always reading books. I'm always studying, always learning. So I give credit to whoever I learned that piece of information from, or if I learned a style of painting and I'm emulating it on my channel, I always give that artist credit, and it gives me great pleasure to do that because I really believe in supporting artists and supporting each other and just being transparent. And I just think that's important, not to mention copyright law. I mean, if you copy someone's work or your work looks too much like theirs, that can be considered a copyright infringement. So there is potential here in the legal realm. I don't know about international law. I just know law in the United States. You can't copy another artist's work and pass it off as your own, and you should give credit at the very least. So I'm interested in hearing what you guys think about this whole situation. What do you think? And I look forward to hearing your comments, and be sure to check out the comments now and again on this video and see if either of these two artists come and share their side of what's going on. And I am the first to admit I might have this completely wrong. I'm just sharing what I saw and what you saw in my screenshots, how I came upon this information. I'm just sharing what I found. And I know I don't have the full story. I don't know what Banksy was thinking. I don't know what this other artist, his history, and maybe somehow Banksy did this first. I don't know. So anyway, I look forward to hearing your comments. I'm sure there's going to be some juicy opinions. And I hope you enjoy this video. And until next time, go create your world beautiful. Bye, everybody.